You've seen it hundreds of times. You're trying to buy tickets, sign up for a website, or access your email. And before you can do anything, a little box appears, a checkbox, a single line of text. I'm not a robot. You click it, it works, and you move on without ever asking the obvious question. How does a single click prove you're human? What is it actually measuring? And if AI can beat chess grandmasters, write university essays, and pass medical exams, why can't it check a box? The answer reveals one of the strangest paradoxes in modern technology, a story about the gap between human intelligence and machine intelligence that nobody expected to find where they found it. Welcome to Question Everything. Today we're finding out why AI is too smart to pass this tiny test. To understand the checkbox, we have to go back to where it all started. Not with AI, but with a much older problem: spam. In the early days of the internet, websites were being flooded. Automated bots were creating millions of fake accounts, buying up concert tickets in seconds, posting endless streams of spam, and manipulating online polls. The bots were fast, tireless, and completely indistinguishable from real users, at least as far as the website could tell. What the internet needed was a test, something any human could pass instantly but a machine could not. In 2000, a team of researchers at Carnegie Mellon University built one and gave it a name that was almost comically long: a completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. They called it a CAPTCHA. The original idea was simple and clever. Show the user a distorted image of letters and numbers, warped, stretched, layered over visual noise, ask them to type what they see. Humans could read it easily because our brains are extraordinary pattern recognition machines, built over millions of years to find meaning in imperfect, messy, real-world information. Computers at the time could not. Their optical character recognition systems needed clean, consistent, predictable input. Throw in a little distortion and they fell apart completely. For a few years, it worked perfectly. Then AI got better, much better. By the early 2010s, machine learning systems were cracking distorted text CAPTCHAs with accuracy rates above 99%. The test that was supposed to be impossible for machines had become trivial. Researchers at Google announced in 2014 that their AI could solve the hardest text CAPTCHAs with 99.8% accuracy, significantly better than the average human. The original CAPTCHA was dead. Google's response was to build something fundamentally different. Instead of testing what you could read, they would test how you behaved. They called it No CAPTCHA, ReCAPTCHA, and its centerpiece was that single checkbox: I'm not a robot. Here is what actually happens when you click it. In the fraction of a second before, during, and after your click, Google's system is collecting and analyzing an enormous amount of behavioral data. The path your mouse took to reach the checkbox. Was it a smooth, slightly imprecise human arc, or a perfectly straight mechanical line? How long did your cursor hover before clicking? How did you scroll the page before the checkbox appeared? What is the history of your browser, your cookies, your previous interactions with Google systems across the web? A human moves through a web page the way a human moves through the world, slightly unpredictably, with small hesitations, natural imprecision, the behavioral fingerprint of a thinking creature navigating a visual environment. A bot moves with mechanical consistency, perfect timing, perfect lines, no hesitation. The checkbox isn't testing what you know, it's testing how you exist on the internet. But here's the paradox that makes this whole story extraordinary. As AI has become more sophisticated, it has actually become harder for it to fake being human, not easier. Early bots were easy to catch because they were too fast and too precise, so bot developers tried to fix that. They programmed in random delays, imperfect mouse movements, simulated hesitation. They made their bots messier on purpose, trying to imitate human imprecision. But modern AI systems present a different problem entirely. They are so good at processing and responding to complex environments that their behavior starts to look less human, not more. They analyze a web page with a thoroughness and consistency no human would ever bother with. They move through digital environments in ways that are subtly, detectably inhuman, not because they are too simple, but because they are too systematic. It's the same reason a chess grandmaster would be immediately obvious in a game among beginners, not because they make mistakes, but because the quality and consistency of every single move reveals something non-human about the way they're thinking. The smarter the AI, the harder it is to hide. And so the arms race continues. When AI gets better at beating one type of CAPTCHA, security researchers develop a new one: audio CAPTCHAs for accessibility. Image recognition challenges: pick all the traffic lights, pick all the bicycles. Behavioral analysis running invisibly in the background of websites you never even knew were watching. Each new test is designed around the same core insight. Humans are gloriously, usefully imperfect. We hesitate, we misread, we move in ways shaped by biology, fatigue, distraction, and decades of physical experience in a three-dimensional world. Machines don't have any of that. And no matter how sophisticated they become, that gap, the gap between simulated behavior and lived experience, keeps finding ways to show itself. The Kiny checkbox isn't really asking you to prove you're not a robot. It's asking you to prove you're human. And the proof isn't in what you say, it's in the 10,000 tiny ways you move, hesitate, and exist in the digital world without ever thinking about it. I hope this one made you look at the world around you a little differently. If it did, hit that like button, it really does help the channel grow, and subscribe to Question Everything for more stories hiding inside the ordinary things you've never thought to question. Thanks for watching.